Welcome to another edition of the Flex Rental Solutions How-To webinar. Today we're going to be going over hiding inventory groups based on security group permissions. So the scenario behind this new feature is twofold. We have certain customers who have specific folders that they're trying to hide internally. So say, as an example, you have under video, a folder called screens, and under that folder you might have two folders, one for packages and one for components. And in the packages is where you really want to have all your account managers go in and drag and drop those items in. From the component side, that's where you have all the individual legs and things like that you may want to hide the whole folder from that account manager group. The second scenario is we have certain customers who have multi-site location enabled or multiple corporate identities where two different companies are using the same gear as an example. And they may want to hide specific inventory folders from different groups within the system. So let's look at the new functionality and how it is configured and how it is implemented. First, the configuration. If we click on a group, so we will right click on Auto Suggestions, we'll go to Inventory Group Manager, and we will edit inventory group. There is now a view group setting. By default, all these groups are set to unchecked. With nothing checked, all groups will be able to see that folder. As soon as you add a checkbox, it now limits who can view that folder based on that check mark. So right now, only administrators will be able to, when they open up this inventory browser bar on the left-hand side, see that whole folder. I'm going to go under System Settings and Security Groups. And we have created a bunch of different user groups here. And so we have said administrators will be able to see that group. Let's look at, say, a shop tech. And right now we have a user just called shop. And they only belong to shop tech groups, so in theory, they should not be able to see that folder. I am going to log out of the system using my support credentials to authenticate. I'm going to log in and assume their identity. And now, if we go under inventory, you'll notice that they do not see that whole folder. So let's log out one more time. I'm going to log in as myself again. So if you have multiple companies that are using the system that you want to hide specific inventory, we could create a new security group just called Company 1. And we could create a new security group called Company 2. Now, if we go to our System Settings Users, let's say Courtney, we want to join her to Company 1. We could also now go back to this Auto Suggestions, right-click, Inventory Group Manager, edit Inventory Group, and say only Company 2 can see that folder. So in this instance, if Courtney was not an administrator and she only belonged to company 1 and maybe she's a sales rep, because she doesn't belong to company 2, she would not see that, but she would still be able to do specific sales rep functionality. So that's the concept behind the system, is being able to hide specific groups from either groups of people in one company or being able to hide inventory groups between one of multiple companies in the system. There's also a permission whether a user or group of users can edit inventory groups. So when we right click on here and say inventory group manager, we may not want everyone to be able to manage these inventory groups. And so under system settings, we'll go to users. Oops. If I go to my permissions, under the inventory area, there is a can manage inventory groups. So anyone who has that denied will not see that functionality. So for now, I'm going to deny myself that can manage inventory group. I'm going to log back out and log back in. Now under inventory, I can still see that group, but I do not have the inventory group manager permission, so I can't change that functionality. So those are the 3 main areas that we've worked on to add this functionality. If you have any questions, please contact support at flexrentalsolutions.com. Thanks.